Well, good morning, everybody. This is Jeremy Williams representing Garden City Ammonia Program and our 717 tip of the day and our online trading platform at gcapcoolcast.com. Today is the 16th, I believe, of June on Tuesday, and just got back last week from doing some classes out in the Pennsylvania area, and man, it's good to be back in Kansas, and got a chance to walk into another week's progress on this front engine room, and got some exciting things to show you guys. Today's R717 tip of the day is don't judge a book by its cover. And unfortunately, your culture, your mechanical integrity, your reliability, your safety, your PSM, your mechanics, your managers, any competent person walking in your engine room that has any slight knowledge or wisdom will definitely judge your culture of safety and performance just by what they see. We take pride in some of our engine rooms here at the school, and we do what we can with our little bit of resources to try to make an example of what things shall be. And the last 6 weeks during the COVID project, you guys are well aware that we have changed out a lot of our compressors, adding some vessels, repiping, and all things. It's been a $750,000 expansion or modifications, whatever you want to consider it, a little bit of both. And would like to show you some results on what we had on our floor. But before we do that, let's take a look at what's actually happening here throughout this new engine room. Let me flip this camera around. As you can see right there, the black rectangle box has got two new intake louvers. These intake louvers are going to be tied, and we'll finish wiring these today to our existing intake louver. And we also added a new exhaust fan in this mechanical room. And when you see that green line over there in the far grounds that has two T's coming down off it, right above it is the new exhaust fan. Walking over here, we still have our main hot gas for our blast freezer with the soft start, soft stop. We also have our new pump packages with all of our unique sight glasses. This one right here is right downstream of the metering device to make sure that there is no flash gas. Our pumps, our sight glasses downstream of that. We got our anhydrator commissioned last week. And then when we look up there, you see the Danfoss valve group going from turquoise to green. That pipe right there comes around. Look at all of our sponsors there. Thank you guys for all of our sponsors. But that ties to our saturated thermal siphon return line. With these systems, we've got to be real creative, because without a major heat load on them, even though that some of the machinery we're using is maybe low capacity of heat transfer compared to some of these large industrial plants, we got to create a load. So that turquoise line up there is what's going to give them a false load on the system, and we'll use the Danfoss motorized valve to be able to bring that load from the high side to the low side. And also looking at some of the IIAR standards out there, that's our emergency pressure control system. So if the pressures get too high on the high side, we're going to be dumping it through that 1-inch line to the low side before activation of a relief valve. So if you follow some of what we've done here lately, there's our new USPA oil filter, and this oil pot here is actually tied off of the thermal siphon supply line. And this is our booster swing machine, thermal siphon supply and return. It's both swing on suction and discharge, and we got that one commissioned first. Big shout out to Mr. Seal over from ICOM coming in last Sunday and helping us with some problems we had here on our processor. But we got this thing commissioned. The class last week, we had 8 guys here from Ammonia Operator 1 up and running this machine. This is not a swing, just a high stage machine. Here's the oil pot and the USPI oil filtration system that we hooked up off the intercooler here. Wonderful stuff. Last thing that we have is just a little touch up of paint here on our main microprocessors. And we have all of our master gauges working off of System A. And good things are happening here, man. Got a lot of new labels coming in. Walking down this direction, this is System B. She's got her ammonia in it, and we're ready to go and commissioning it, and things are wonderful. Ran our new pump out line. We got our Danfoss valve group up there that feeds our accumulator, ice machine, tubed ice machine. All of our water lines have been hooked up for our feeds. We got our ice builder, some people call it a water chiller, and all of that's ready to go. Last week we commissioned the auto purger, and we have our liquid suction and our foul gas lines all in corporation. And as the engine room continues, front engine room number 1, there's our CO2 system, and things are good. Well, I appreciate you giving me a chance to kind of show you some of the things that we've done. This means a lot to us, a lot of hard work, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears been put into this. And just want to kind of remember a song that I grew up back in high school, that I get knocked down, but I'm going to get up again. You're never going to get me down. And I know that you guys that know me know I don't know how to sing, but that's the best that I have for you guys. Last week we spent 5 days prepping a floor and getting ready to put down a 2-part epoxy, and 90% of this engine room, that 2-part epoxy adhered very well. And kind of HGTV style, if you can get the right amount of light and you can get the right floor, you get double the benefit of that light, because that light will come down off that floor and reflect back up, and you would be amazed of what light can do to the appearance of an engine room. Can you make your engine room pop? Can you make it showcase? Do you have an example of that? So let's look right here in this area. This is a black 2-part epoxy that has gone down on this floor. It was a black dyed concrete floor before, and we actually had some chemical reactions take place. And as you start walking this direction, you can see that the epoxies began to bubble up, and significantly has a rippling effect and a bubbling effect, such as an air pocket up underneath there. You know, it's kind of saddening, but you know what? We'll get over it. We'll get knocked down, but we'll get up again. 7 days from now, this epoxy will be cured. We'll have some sanders out here. We're going to sand this thing completely smooth, and we'll put a new coat on it, and we're going to come out stronger than ever in that situation. And it's just another hurdle in life. We got 3 guys here this week taking Ammonia Operator 1. We got Mr. Dallas Babcock. He's in Tennessee teaching another class. What's keeping us alive right now is a few that are trickling in. The hotel is open, and I hope that you guys have a chance to work in a conditioned environment where you got to keep it looking good, because when it looks good, it's a culture of safety, and when it looks good, it's probably going to be safe in that situation. So do me a favor, post some pictures of your showcased engine room and your mechanical integrity in your equipment. Let's show the world what you got. Hope everybody has a good week. Nevertheless, till we meet again, keep it in the pipes, folks.